So let's talk about this doe hunt that I probably botched up the other day. It was awesome to just prove my theory, I guess, that I could read these deer and I knew exactly when they were coming out. I literally said, you know, I gotta wait 20 minutes here, and like 19 and a half minutes later, here they come. And that was really exciting. So the one doe came out. She knew something was up, but she couldn't tell quite what. And I drew as soon as I could, and I think I had full draw for about 2 minutes. And she walked from 30 yards to about 15 and was going to where my wind was blowing. And I was in that grass. I was standing in that grass, and I was right on the edge of it. And the way that she was sitting, she was in my view. That grass was about as tall as my head. The arrow obviously is not. And unfortunately, I could see on the video where the arrow deflected on the grass. And luckily, it was not even a shot that cut her. It trimmed the hair on the back of her neck. She just ducked just enough, and she managed to get away unscathed. And that's why we found my arrow that was clean and dry and stuffed in the dirt. And come to think of it now, as far as timing goes, you can kind of know when you shoot and it goes whack. I shot and then it went whack, and I knew man, it took a long time to make noise. It's because the arrow went right over her neck and hit the dirt about twice as far away. So the arrow went close to 30 yards, maybe 25 yards. And that's that. So come to the second deer, and little did I realize it was a button buck, and I am a little tore up about that. I've shot button bucks before, gun season on a long shot, and it didn't take enough time to study, and I just thought this was a young doe hanging out with the other does. So I screwed that up. You know, I didn't look at that first arrow. Yeah, that's the small one. Oh no, it's a button buck. God, dang it. That sucks. Now that I have realized that I can take such an extra amount of shots on deer, this being my first real bow season, I'm not in a rush to take a shot at the first deer I see. So that's good. But I need to teach myself that I can do that. I can wait. I can pass deer. Because I shot 2 bucks. They were small. Legal, but small. But I easily could have kept waiting. We have not eaten all the deer meat that's in our freezer. I could have waited for a bigger animal and shot a bigger animal. I really thought it was going to be an exciting day to double down one more time. So maybe I'll review the footage, see if there's any hope. Well, unfortunately, we've got a button buck down and no doe. No big doe. We can't find the... Get your head back over here, dude. Can't find any blood. That is unfortunate. I knew this was small, but I still thought it was a doe. My dumb excitement. Well, guess we'll still be eating good. Just not for long. So anyway, I ended up with 4 deer this season so far out of 5 shots that I've taken. That's pretty good. I'd say. I'm sure people miss deer all the time. At 15 yards, I don't know. I'm not sure what the odds are that you miss a deer at 15 yards wide open, but that's all right. I was blown away with the fact that she could duck that fast, because she definitely ducked. But I'm also really glad that I did not hit her in no man's land, in the back straps, where there was no vitals but no nerves to kill. So it could have been worse. I could have wounded her to the point where maybe she could not have been able to survive by herself, or she would have been wounded either way. So I'm really glad that it was a clean miss. All I did was give her a little hair trim, and she lives to live another day, and I don't have that guilt on my conscience. So it is about 5 after 5, and I don't know if the deer will come out in the same spot tonight or not. There's not much corn left for them to be hiding in, but the one row that they came out of is still standing, and there's like one pass on either side of that row. So I'm about 5 minutes from home. I had to go run and get some parts for my truck, and I might just suit up real fast and go stand out there for 30 minutes and see what happens before dark. So I've got about 40 minutes till dark. This is going to be the last chance I have for a quick sit right in this long grass. So let's give it a shot. So it's 5:16. I'm actually out here a little bit sooner than I was the other night. But my corn row is actually cut a little closer. I'm still right at 30 yards, but it's a different row. Just a few cuts over, so there's 8 rows, and probably another 8 rows. So 2 swipes left of corn. That's what I get for being greedy, I guess. And that's okay. I'm gonna move to the other side of the greenhouse, and maybe they'll still come down that other row in the next 20 minutes, maybe. That's all we got to work with. So let's just stay in our same spot. Yeah, that's what I shot through the other night. I guess it makes sense that I missed. It's a pretty sunset over there tonight. Got that going for us. Well, there goes that plan. That's okay. I'm gonna wait till he gets up over the hill and then slip back out. I may or may not hunt again before gun season. It's Tuesday. Gun season opens on Saturday. But this changes everything for the deer. All their patterns change. it's time to figure it all back out in the middle of the rut. So bucks should be chasing does. Maybe they'll utilize the grass a little bit more since there's not a whole lot more cover. The field to the north is just plowed under. There's a little bit of winter wheat popping up here and there, but not like it was last year. So it's still hunting season, but everything just changed.